Since ancient times, wars have erupted merely over a morsel of food. Yet people always cloak this truth with lofty ideals. The wars in history books flare up like flames devouring the night sky, but their roots are as small and raw as a bowl of rice on the table. People drape wars in radiant cloaks of ideals, freedom, national honor, noble causes that turn bloodshed into epic pages of history. Yet, strip away those flowery words, and what remains is a hungry belly crying out, hands craving grain, land, or water. It's like a grand painting gilded in gold, but beneath the colors lie only the gray scratches of survival. Such is life. The more you dissect it, the more it crumbles, drifting further from the truth. Life is like a clear mirror. Each touch leaves smudges that blur its clarity. A matter, when picked apart too much, words piling upon words, is like a piece of bread passed from hand to hand. The more it's handled, the more it falls apart, no longer whole. Heated debates, meant to illuminate truth, often only pull it further away, layering it with dust of words. In the end, truth hides somewhere, leaving only fragments of opinions, glinting but meaningless, like a shattered mirror, unable to reflect its original form. The old smoke-selling woman once said, "Living is a duty thrust into your hands. By fate holding it brings suffering, yet letting go brings guilt." The old smoke-selling woman sits by the street, her voice raspy like wind through old bamboo, slowly uttering a phrase both bitter and sharp. Living is but a debt, hastily pressed into your hands by fate. It's like a bundle of hot ashes. Holding it burns, but dropping it feels like betraying your destiny. So we cling to it, wincing yet enduring, eyes stinging from the smoke, unable to let go. In her words, life appears like a makeshift market stall. No one wants to buy, yet you're forced to pay and carry the burden home. People often sigh, wishing life had a delete button to erase mistakes and ugly memories. But in truth, we've always had a restart button. It's the moment when the screen of your soul flickers off and on, giving you a chance to reboot yourself. There, you can mend the silent cracks in your heart, sweep away the nagging viruses of worry, and boldly delete the heavy files of relationships that no longer hold value. Like a machine cleared of clutter, life becomes lighter, smoother, with space for joy and hope. A person's life is given only two small hands. If you cling tightly to the broken shards of the past, those hands will be filled with wounds, leaving no room for new things. Holding onto shadows only weighs your hands down, trembling with strain. Only by letting go, letting the wind carry away those parched sorrows, do your hands feel light, ready to open and catch the joy approaching. For happiness is fragile, like a bird's wings. To hold it, your hands must be open and free, not chained by regrets. The road ahead is never a smooth ribbon of silk. Sometimes it stretches wide, easy as a calm lake. Sometimes it's a rugged staircase, each step a struggle. Other times, a slippery slope where a single misstep can bring you to your knees. Life, too, never beckons with paths paved in roses. But in the end, the steps you take are your own to choose. You can climb a steep path to see a wider sky, or dare to veer into a wild forest to find beauty untouched by others. Or, if safety is all you seek, you can blend into the crowd, treading the familiar path where nothing surprises and the horizon never stretches beyond your gaze. To know what lies beyond a door, you must first knock. Behind every door is a world unknown, perhaps a room aglow with joy, or perhaps a silent shadow of challenges. But to discover what it hides, you must first dare to knock on that wooden frame, for opportunity never unlocks itself. It only hums faintly in response if you're bold enough to reach out. And sometimes, a single gentle knock is enough to set fate in motion. A lifetime of hearing countless truths, yet still failing to live this life well. People spend a lifetime collecting wisdom, like hoarders of jewels locked in a chest, yet when they open their hands, not a single spark lights their path. Lofty teachings pile up like dusty books on a shelf, read endlessly, but never woven into the fabric of life. And so, steps falter, hearts remain scarred. We know to live kindly, to forgive, but when faced with the rawness of life, that wisdom dissolves like smoke, leaving a struggling, fragmented existence, never fully lived. Schools may cradle dreams, but life lacks the mercy to sing endless lullabies. Schools are like a wide cradle, gentle enough to hold young dreams. There, teachers, books, and friends weave a sweet lullaby, soothing us through unsteady days. But step beyond the school gates, and life is a vast field with no shelter. It's rough, cold, with no compassion to keep singing comforting songs. Out there, you must sing to yourself, cradle your grown dreams, so they don't vanish in the dust of life's winds. The paradox of life lies in this. We hold a magnifying glass to others' steps, quick to judge them by our own thoughts. Yet, when we turn to our own lives, we scramble to mold ourselves to fit the frame others have built. One hand raises judgment against others, while the other timidly awaits the world's verdict. And that cycle keeps us from ever living fully for ourselves. Love is sometimes no different from a stubborn dog. The more you chase it, the farther it runs, leaving you breathless in vain. But turn and run away, and it eagerly chases, nipping at your heels. When you're exhausted and stop to face it, it barks loudly, both familiar and maddening. It's like a strange jest of fate. The more you try to control it, the more it slips away. The more you try to escape, the more it binds you. In the end, the only way is to accept its presence, like a troublesome yet amusing companion. Life often sprouts from the ashes of death, like a seed bursting through decayed soil to rise in vibrant green. Happiness, too, doesn't fall from the sky. It emerges from layers of sweat, from the scars of sacrifice and hardship. In life, no path is ever truly a dead end. What we call a dead end is merely a boundary, a line drawn by fate to test our resolve. The key isn't to lament the barrier, but to gather enough strength, enough courage to step across and see the open sky beyond. A firefly lives its life like that, never asking whether people prefer it or the city's bright lights. Just shine your own life, and someone will come to comfort you. The tiny firefly, flitting silently through the dark, carries a glow as small as a dewdrop. It doesn't ask whether people favor it over the dazzling city lights. It only needs to shine in its own way, faint but steadfast, fragile but proud. And so it is with us. We don't always need others' approval. Just live rightly, shine brightly, and one day a gentle gaze will find you. A warm hand will reach out, comforting you in the long night. Every force exerted has an equal and opposite reaction. Yet sometimes the reaction comes instantly. Sometimes it lies dormant, emerging later, perhaps in this life, perhaps in the next. So too, if I cause suffering to others, I will receive suffering in return from others. In the universe, no force exists alone. It always summons an equal counterforce. Some reactions strike like an echo bouncing off a cliff. Others lie quiet, waiting for another moment to appear, perhaps in this life, perhaps in the next. Human life follows the same pattern. If you sow pain for others, sooner or later, that pain will find its way back, wearing a different face, placed into your hands. It's not punishment, but a silent law of balance. Every wound you inflict on life will one day mark your own heart. In life, you'll be pelted with stones a few times. It hurts terribly, but to die from those stones would be too wasteful. Sooner or later, life throws stones at you, harsh words, stumbles, unexpected betrayals. They sting your heart, bruise your memories, but to perish under those stones would be too wasteful. Instead of letting them bury you, pick them up, stack them, and build steps to stand taller. The pain will fade, and you'll grow a little stronger, a little steadier,